Hey, my name is Sheena, and today we're going to talk about the sign of Gemini. So Gemini is all about that time frame between 14 and 21. And when we think about this time frame of life, it's really like the social time where we're really getting to find our friends, our people, and getting to a space of feeling comfortable with communication, being able to receive information, download information, if you want to call it that. So that could be like wisdom, ancestral information, but also to just learning. Geminis love to learn. They love the experience of education and what it means to absorb information and receive information, and then to be able to disseminate that. So that's also another form of communication, right? Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is like the planet of communication, short distance travel, and really the ability to harness. It's like, to me, Gemini is very much like of an antenna, and so to harness like that information that they're being able to receive and to share it with whomever. And because of this, Gemini tends to have this quality of almost like being like a library or being like a receiver or a holder of information. And so they can sometimes like spit off like facts or stats or information that really speaks to like their knowledge and their experience through life, and also their education. So education will come up again and again for Gemini, as well as the communication, conversations, things that need to be said, that they want to say, that they want to question. Geminis often question why things are being done, and even if they don't have the appropriate space to do that, they will oftentimes turn away and find out what their truth is for themselves. And as an example, every sign has a partnership sign or an opposite sign. Gemini's opposite sign is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is also just like another reflection of that communication of truth, and it's ultimately the truth that Gemini is seeking in their expression or in their partner or partnerships. The body part that Gemini rules, there are a few, so it's really as we go down the body, so the lungs, where we breathe, our arms, our hands, and when we think about communication, like our breath. And so when we think about the Geminis in our lives that are able to communicate and share their information, share their wisdom, share their knowledge, and what it is that they've come to. They're really like messengers, ultimately, in this world. Their message tends to be really what's important to Gemini, ultimately, at the end of the day, and how they're able to communicate that, and if they're able to communicate that. We all come into this lifetime with learning what it means to be ourselves. And we oftentimes think of our sign as like who we are, but it doesn't mean that who we are is like easy to be sometimes necessarily. And so everyone has that challenge, and specifically for Gemini, it will revolve around communication, transportation, short distance travel, and all of that we learned through the time between 14 and 21. I'm going to pull a card for Gemini. That's funny. That's a popper, so I'll keep that out. That was the one that we just pulled for Taurus, which says, you and your loved ones are safe. That's a new moon in Cancer. So there's our other card. And it's a full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And it's interesting because we actually have a new moon in Cancer and the full moon in Capricorn. These are opposite signs. The full moon in Capricorn specifically really speaks to the work that you've been doing. It feels like hard work. It feels like tangible efforting of what you've been trying to accomplish. And with Capricorn specifically, Capricorn is all about their legacy. And we'll talk about this when we get to Capricorn. But Capricorn is really about like building structures, building a framework, building a container for things to change, for things to like move forward. If we were to think about how Aquarius is really like the activist, in the world. A Capricorn is the activist who kind of holds the container of what that change needs to be. Capricorn is the system. And so when this full moon cycle comes around, it's almost like the end of this building of the system. Like it feels like the work is done and the burden is done. Like you can put that work down now. So yeah, right on. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you would like to continue following my journey and following me on the socials, you can check them out here. So definitely check out One People TO and the work that I'm doing there. And if you enjoy this video, definitely like and leave a comment. And if you can subscribe because you want to follow what Queer Collective is doing. And if you want to find out anything else about how astrology applies to you specifically to your chart, if you want to get a reading or even just more content in this way, reach out to let us know what you want to see. Right on. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.